I want you to understand the Biafrans Got Talent exclusive. Because all I do, because that's the controls the very great and talented. Because which is the chalice of God, the Holy Grail himself. Biafran warrior, he goes up. Freedom fighter man, he goes is our hero. He goes up in the rest of the paradise. Like a soldier, and you die like a soldier. In your motherland, your legacy lives. You are a gallant soldier, a fervent soldier.
Thank you.
Soldier.
Thank you for joining.
My brother, you will live on. Because you will live on. Appointed unto man to die. It is the way you die. It is the way you waste it.
Death is unbearable. I feel the pain from my innermost heart. You just have to say goodbye, my hero. You left us, but you live on. Anjekwala Biafra, Jinji Alajuroyi, Iyayi Lurta, ESN Commander, Umunde Rayanye, Konsamola. Because you are the boss, you offended nobody. Choose to be I had the back, and I ain't ready for you. You offended nobody, but they choose to be you. We revenge now. There will be no mercy, I'm telling you. Because of your death will be remembered.
As Biafrans mourn you, the whole world wants you too. It truly pains my heart that you are no more. The shock can never go out from my heart that you are no more. Continue fighting. Your sacrifices will never be forgotten. The real dead reincarnate soon.
And the console will be avenged without apologies to anyone.
Good morning from here, Emmanuel Chibike.
And work is ongoing to that effect. And we're not going to stop until the heads are complete. 2,000 of them. Biafrans Got Talent exclusive. Because as we continue
very great and talented. Also, which is the chalice of God, the Holy Grail himself. Biafran warrior, he goes up. Freedom fighter man, he goes is our hero. He goes on in the rest of the paradise. You fought like a soldier, and you died like a soldier. You never betrayed our motherland. Your legacy lives on. You are a gallant soldier, a fair soldier, but no valiant soldier. My brother, you will live on. Because you will live on. Because appointed unto man to die. Because it is the way you die. It is the way you
The sudden death is unbearable. I feel the pain from my innermost heart. It's just hard to say goodbye, my hero.
You left us, but you live on our board until Pala Biafra. Jinji, Allah Juroye, ESN Commander, Umunde Rayaye, Kosamola. You are innocent, you offended nobody, but they choose to be. But they choose to be. We revenge them. There will be no mercy, I'm telling you.
Cecilia, good morning. Welcome.
Because of your death, we will remember.
As Biafrans mourn you, the whole world mourns you too.
It truly pains my heart that you are no more. The shock can never go out from my heart.
Charles Oji, good morning and welcome as well. Please like and share. Like and share so that our people can.
And the council will be avenged without apologies to any idiot wherever in the world. And work is ongoing to that effect. And we're not going to stop until the heads are complete. 2,000 of them.
Eze daalụ. Biko eze. Kedu aba gị?
Aba m bụ Eze Levi Azulike na Biafra land.
A na-etu.
Ife a na-eti n'ụdọ mgbochi ọrịa.
Ka ọgwụgwụ ya mma. Biko eze, kedu ebe iji n'aka iwe?
ife ji na ife a nzu ife a n'ala Igbo. Ọ nzu a ka anyị ji ekpe ekpere n'ala Igbo.
Mgbe ekpere anyị ya bụ ekpere ka anyị mara ihe ekpere.
O Chukwu okike abịa Elohim ya nzu ka anyị ji n'aka maka na nzu uwe ọchọ onye aka mara nzu anaghị ama unyi aka makwara na unyi anaghị ama nzu ọ na-ajụ uduwo anyị ewere nzu gbacharịa ekpere ekpere wee na-asị ekpere ka anyị na-agụgharịcha ikpe ekpere anyị na-ekpe bụ na Elohim Nigeria eme na anyị ibe anaghị eme mmadụ Nigeria kamgbe ha bidoro mebe anyị egbugbe ụmụazị anyị na-egbu nwoke na-egbu nwaanyị na-abụ nwaanyị akwụkwọ abụ ime wepụta ya nwa gbuo nne gbuo di gbuo nwaanyị repuo ụmụ anyị repuo nwunye anyị gbaa ụmụ anyị mana ogologo ezi bata n'ime ụlọ ya na ha akọ ibe ya na-emesi na n'ike kwa mbọsị bụ ọnwụ anọgide nke kacha mkpa bụ pafọ n'ụzọ onye ahụ n'ụzọ aka ya dị ọcha mere ibe ọ na-akpọ ya ọnụ gọọmenti dọkpụrụ ụmụaka ya aka dị ọcha mere nke ama a na-akọ kpọrọba nche thousands of people millions na-egbube ka na-egbu ọkụ n'aha besi mkpụrụ obube bụrụ na-eji eji eresi ndị obodo oyibo anyị were na-akpọtụ nzu n'aka na-asụ Elohim Chukwu okike abịa ọ na-awụ onye Igbo ji ekpe ekpere ọbịa ka ya na-egbofu akpa ụkwụ anyị gbasịa ma akpa ụkwụ wee zụta ọgbana.
We have received the prayer of Mbochoya Kogwogoya. This prayer was made with Nzu this early morning. We appreciate that. Please, while you come in, like and share. Like and share as well.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. This is the 11th day of November 2024, and I am here again to respond to a question by somebody who just asked me, Prime Minister, what do we do to sustain the peace and security we've brought to Biafra land? And I said, I am going to make this video to respond because I know many people are going to be asking the same question. So here is my response. The only way to sustain the peace that we have brought to Biafra territory and to the Biafra people is to make sure that Nigeria never breed within our territory. The Nigeria terrorist army, Nigeria terrorist state police, and every arm carrying person under Nigeria.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome, MNEK Chibo. Welcome, blessed.
They are the main cause.
Blessed, welcome.
They are the terrorists that have been terrorizing people, facilitating the attack against indigenous people, and shielding these ragtag terrorists when they come to kill. So we are not going to allow them to breed in Biafra territory until Biafra become an independent state, recognized under international community and the United Nations. I want you to take a look at where Nigeria is breeding, how the security situation are in those places. Take a look in Yoruba land. Nigeria is breeding in Yoruba land. 29,000 people have been reportedly killed by the Fulani terrorists. Look at the northeast, northwest, where Nigeria is breeding. There are many terrorist groups springing up on daily basis. Innocent women and children are being neutralized every day. Take a look in the Middle Belt, where Nigeria is breeding. There are people who have given birth to their children inside IDP camp, and many of those children are today 19 years of age. What does that tell you? It means that people have actually left and fled their ancestral land and have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And without any plan for them to reclaim their land. Their land is now being occupied by strangers. Who are those strangers? The fighters that were actually killing the people and chasing them out of their own land. Nigeria is breeding in the Middle Belt. And that's the reason why we decided that the solution to sustain the security in our land is to make sure that Nigeria never breed. And that's what FANATICAL is leading. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Biafrans. Welcome you this morning. Thank you for being here.
People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabangari in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. World aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council, where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. These are people that have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant.
By the time the Fulanis are done with you, if you don't rise up, you will be useless like the Hausa peasant. That is what our leader have told you and I.
You'll be infected. If you eat me as a meat, all cancer killing, you know cancer, baby. But you cancer, you finish again. Come on.
Our Prime Minister has said it. Niaburano na tata. Ese keta ya gina cancer mebe. Dini iva me. And he has demonstrated that as well. So you have to be very, very careful when you are playing with Obatobie.
We are fighting a very different war with Nigeria terrorist state, and they are confessing. Have you ever, in the history of Nigeria, have you ever, even during the war, it was only during the war actually that the issue of Biafra was discussed at the National Assembly, and the entire security chief are crying. I have a military experience. We are training the Biafra fighters, and they are engaging Nigeria in a very systematic war that they have never fought before. I didn't say it. You can hear it from the horse's mouth. Musa have cried several times, and let me tell you, if they think that self-defense is a crime, they should go and read international law. Because the point is that nomadic system have taken over and nobody is thinking correctly in Nigeria anymore. You come and kill people and expect them to defend themselves. We are defending ourselves. And like I said, if I have access to bomb today that will go to Asoro, I will first of all engage Asoro.
Our Prime Minister have also said that if he has access to destructive weapons, he will first of all engage those who are coming to kill our people. Aserok, those who have their purpose, he is going to deal with them seriously. That is the spirit. So, Biafrans, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location, depending on your time. I want to welcome you this very morning. Just play again the voice of Ohamadike. What he just said here, very important.
People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. World aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council, where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. These are people that have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant.
You will be more useless than the Hausa peasant if all of you don't rise up and challenge those who have come to kill our women, to kill our children, and take over our ancestral land. So I welcome all of you to the questionnaire this morning. My name is David Nnanna, and I am reaching you from my location. And while I welcome you, please, I want you to welcome others as well by sharing this broadcast and liking it as well. You can do well to tell us where you are watching us from. Very, very important. If you are watching from America, Europe, Asia, or you are watching from Nigeria, or better still, you are watching us from the land of the rising sun, Biafra, we are going to welcome you. Very, very important. So, having said that this morning, I've come once again, Biafrans, to, bring you, like I said, this platform will be very, very informative and very, very educative as well. As a matter of fact, we are going to be making it very, very snappy. So if you have any question to ask, you can put it on the comment section. I will respond to that. If it is within my duty to respond to it, I can respond to it. If you have any concerns as well, you can put it on the comment section and I will spotlight it as well. Because this our platform, we are going to make it so versatile that we can treat a lot and variety of things. Okay? And we will use it once this platform is so much, okay and developed. As you know, we are still on the, the studio is still on the, renovating stages. We are still planning and doing and see how we can put it in order. And we may need your assistance as well. So when the studio is, we are going to bring in some certain individuals that you have concerns about, to ask questions, and they can as well respond to you and respond to us as the case may be. But at this juncture, we are building on the building stages, and that is very, very important. If you want those interesting moments to come faster than expected, you have to share our broadcast. You have to continue to like, comment, and as well, if you have not subscribed to this channel, we have to subscribe to the channel. yeah, we'll get to a number of subscribers, that is when we can start having such interactions, such discussions with certain individuals, either in the government, because a lot of things need to be treated, not questions, and they don't get answers. Okay? Yeah, we are going to build upon that, to bring individuals here, to ask them questions, pressing questions as well, and get in relation to BRGIE, in relation to their cabinet work, and in relation to the contribution that you are making, in relation to the defense of everything that need to be asked. We are going to lay it bare before the Biafran people and the world as well. So this morning, I bring you greetings from my location. As you all see, the topic that we have, the chairman of the Biafran Defense Council was with Biafrans few days ago, and he made some shocking, interesting revelations as well. And most of you don't actually know who the chairman of the Biafran Defense Council. Most of you who know him may not have heard the briefing that he gave to Biafran people 2 days ago. Most of you also may like to listen to the shocking revelations that I'm talking about. Yes. So I want you to, invite more people, and I will play you the voice of the Biafran Defense Council chief, Mazi Success. Mazi Success has been in this liberation, from struggle, from agitation to struggle, from struggle to this liberation that we are at this particular time. So he has been consistently on the path of truth, on the part of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on the part of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, on the part of the acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere, and more importantly, on the part of the government, both the government of Brigi and a player at that in the Biafran de facto government in the homeland. So whatever information that comes from his handle, whatever information that he relays to the media, it is verifiable, it is authentic and reliable. He is not somebody that can come and make unverified, comments. No. And he's somebody who cannot just come and say something for the saying's sake or to please anybody. No. He has to say it as a functionary of BDF, of the Biafran de facto government. Okay? As somebody who is part of the policymakers in Biafran de facto government. So whatever information that he is relaying to the media, the world will be very much eager to listen to that, because you are going to get a lot of detailed information, a lot of authentic information that you need to know. So that is why this morning I am going to play that wonderful, briefing that he had during the time we have him on space to answer to certain questions, or to brief Biafrans on what their works are, on what they are doing in the homeland, and what they have achieved so far. The homeland is very, very volatile, very, very, strong in the liberation of Biafra. They are at the forefront. They are the men and women who are taking bullets, who are defending our land. So Nigerian government, while they are looking for Simon Ekpa, looking for Ogechukwu Nkere, looking for everybody that is in diaspora, the bulk of the job, the bulk of our liberation is being done right there in Biafran territory. They cannot confront the men and women who are defending our land. They cannot match them bone to bone, machete to machete, gun to gun, or words to words. They look for, civilians. They look for have nothing, who did nothing, and they start molesting people here and there. The Biafran quest for freedom is not a crime. Self-determination has never been a crime, not in local or international scene. Even in a normal life, if you are serving a master, if you are under somebody for a very long time, it will go to a stage where the person will like to be free to make his decisions, free to buy whatever he wants to buy, free to move around. That is the law of nature. Before 1914, Biafra existed thousands and thousands of years ago before Nigeria. Nigeria is not up to 100 years old, but Biafra is over 5,000 years ago. As a matter of fact, we are the ancient people. And before the amalgamation in 1914, Biafra existed. So that amalgamation was a problem. It was a forceful amalgamation. And since that amalgamation, it have destroyed a lot of lives. It has destroyed a lot of things. It has destroyed the psyche of a lot of people as well. So the amalgamation was very false. And those nations that were amalgamated together have never lived in peace. Each and every one of them have tried to separate, to live differently from one another, because they understand that living differently, especially the Biafran people, being able to govern ourselves, we understand that we can make more progress, we can advance more, and we can develop more as well. At least more importantly, we can now be able to protect ourselves more securely than under that amalgamation. And in 2014, that amalgamation expired. That expiration of that amalgamation should have given rule every nation that was amalgamated together, the three majorly nations that were amalgamated together, the Biafrans, the Duduwas, and the Arewas, should have gone their different ways in order to develop themselves. But because the government of that zoo was hijacked by the Fulani oligarchies, in conjunction with their supporters all over the world, the Islamic world more importantly, and because of what they are getting from our land, our territory, they don't want to let it go. That is why they are forcing everybody to belong to that contraption that kills talent, kills individuals, that is very destructive to mankind. So because of that, the amalgamated nations are gearing up to separate. We have been, in fact, the amalgamation document, it was enshrined, it was described, it was stated in black and white that after 100 years of that amalgamation, if the amalgamated countries want to separate, they can separate in peace after the 100 years. Or otherwise, if they want to still remain one, they can come back and renegotiate their continued existence. But you know Nigeria for what they are. The leaders of that Nigeria are criminals. And because they have not offered anything to the general public, they are so much concerned is about their personal interest, siphoning the natural resources and the money that accrued from that nation and pocketing it and using it to develop their personal properties and buying mansions up and down. They don't want people to be beneficial to the proceeds that come from the natural resources that the world have always sought for and bought from them. So because of that, they don't want that separation to happen. And more importantly, not only that, the natural resources that the Nigerian government are using and enjoying come from Biafra land. And when you come from Biafra land, you can't boast of developmental projects. There are nothing that you can be so proud about that is happening in Biafra land, in Biafran territory. No presence of international of these oil companies that lined up the whole of Nigeria and that are taking our natural resources from our land. There are no presence of them in Biafran territory. Rather, you see them in the north and you see them in the west. There are no developmental projects in Biafra land. Rather, you see them in the west and you see them in the north. And this is a slap on the region that produces the vast majority of the natural resources that power Nigeria. So as a result of that, we the Biafran people, we are clamoring to exit that contraption in order to build our own virile nation where everybody will be equal before everybody, where everybody will join and build his own nation, where everybody will contribute immensely for the development of their nation, where everybody's opinion will be sought before decisions are taken. So because of that, and because of the destructive activities of the Nigerian government against our region, against our people, we now want to be free. We need to be free from Nigeria because Nigeria have destroyed a lot of our talented men and women. Nigeria have destroyed a lot of us. So that is why we needed to be free. That is why we need to be free. After the Nigeria expiration, the clause said we can be free, we need to be free, we need to renegotiate if we want continued existence. But in this case, we don't want any continued existence with Nigeria, and that is why we are opting out. But the Nigerian government, the terrorists in uniform, the terrorist leaders of Nigeria, because they know that once we exit that contraction, things will be better for the people. They don't want that to happen. And that is why they are using it by force to make sure that the people do not leave that contraption, do not leave that union, even when the union has expired. And with the Biafran people, trust us, we can never be in a union that has expired. No, we have to carve out a niche for ourselves. We have to embrace our own nation. We have to develop as a people. We have to fight for what is good for our people. We have to live according to the way God created us to be free people, not to live under subjugation, under threat, under harassment. No, we don't need to live under a conqueror's regime because that is what the Nigerian government are doing, trying to conquer indigenous population in order to subdue them into being one Nigeria, accepting to be one Nigeria for the rest of their lives. This is not who we are. Before 1914, we were a separate people. We have our own money. We were using a gemma. That was the name of our currency before the amalgamation. The amalgamation, I think, brought about the use of the Biafra, the pounds or the pound sterling. Okay. So all these things are things that have not been able to benefit the Biafran people. Nigeria have not been able to benefit us. and to culminate in one of the destructive genocides committed against our people. In 1967 to 70, we faced the worst genocide in the history of mankind. Even after that genocide, nothing have happened. The world have not held Nigeria accountable for the atrocities they committed in our land. So are we going to continue to live in a nation that was never, beneficial to our people? The answer is no. And this time around, we have our nation in the making. And Biafran Republic government in exile have come to stay, and will usher us into that new nation. That government is the government that is right now fighting for the protection of Biafran government people, as well fighting for the recognition of Biafra. And that is why at this juncture, we have every department, both in the homeland and in diaspora, who are speaking, who are bringing their expertise into play in make sure that to be done for Biafra to come is done. And that is why when the Chief of Defense Council chairman or the Chief of Defense Council comes to speak to Biafrans, his words should be taken very, very seriously. And that is why he made some wonderful revelations. Shocking. Shocking to some people, right? Yes, I need that terms because I want people to understand that there are a lot of things that they need to know about their government. So I am going to play that voice, or that of our Defense Council chief, the chairman of the Biafran Defense Council. But before I do that, I want to once again remind you of what our leader MSEN said. So bearing that in mind, bear that in mind, very, very important before I pay the voice.
People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people are in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's house land? Are they living in the forest? They came to the town. They work very hard. They build houses. They build mansion place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. World aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council, where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. These are people that have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant.
Exactly. He said you should show him, all of you that are in diaspora. All of you that are in diaspora, our leader is asking you a question. It is only in Nigeria that you can see cattle, cows moving in their federal capital. Even in their state capital, cows are roaming the streets. In this 21st century where they have ranching, anywhere that you are all around the world, have you been able to see cows going about their businesses in the city, not even in the rural areas, or not even in the city? I have been here for a very long time. Me, myself, I have not even set my eyes on the cows that are moving on the street. But in Nigeria, the cows you can even give cow a chance to pass. In Nigeria, in Abuja, in their own capital, cows are roaming the street, occupying strategic places. That is the kind of country that you want to share with some individuals. Those individuals are like those cows. The same way the cows are behaving, that is the same way they are behaving. So our leader is asking you that question. Which country, which nation in this world can you see cows moving around the streets? The only place that it is possible is only in that contraption called Nigeria. So I want you to listen to what the Chief of Defense Council said. But we'll get to that. Just continue to listen.
Also check your inbox now so you have something to do. Yes, sir. Are you there, Nonso? Hello? 1 million, Nonso?
Because I hear my name, I make a
you have check your inbox. check your inbox also. Check your inbox. You have a lesson to teach Biafran this evening. So check your inbox also.
As I hear my brother check out, as I hear my name, I make a see. I did not check out before. I don't want that jet now. You don't make me talk about not talking.
Let me tell you when you will come. Wait, let me tell you when you will come in. You will come in after 30. When David finish with his moderation and all that, 30 will go. Then you will go. Then I will go. After I finish, MID will take up with Minister Success, and then I'll keep on distributing work to everybody in this space. You must have a job to do. Thank you, Professor David. Go ahead, please.
Don't let them run away. Don't let them run away. MID, please, just a minute, sir. Just a minute, sir. You don't know whether the chief of the Biafran Defense Council chairman, you don't know whether he's very free. Anyway, that we left for him to respond to that. MID, I hope I've heard about the
that is why I've given to MID. I just say if he will have, the main work is for MID, not him.
Okay, thank you. MID, I know you are grounded in that Ejema stuff. I mean the currency itself before now. So what can you tell us about the Ejema then in relation to the Biafran coin?
I wanted to let me greet everyone first of all because I'm still on the way. Because I wanted to drop an information, especially to those dwelling in Italy, that tomorrow is a very special day for those dwelling in Italy because our acting Prime Minister is going to have an indoor meeting with us. So I am informing everyone to be very, very present at 8 p.m. Italian time. We're going to have a kind of radunio, that is what we call it. And I'm also inviting all those that were living in Italy in this struggle to also join. The Zoom link is going to be available tomorrow before that time, so that we reason together and encourage our acting Prime Minister what he has been doing.
Let me just fast forward to the place.
And the team of discuss.
Hear him. Do I come down and you bring me up again?
Yeah, I will bring you down.
Is all about a national product. That is, and they never cross the gate on.
Fine, because first of all, you talk about the
constitutions or outline rule, but we keep adding,
and it will be very, very important that anybody
60 million was saying it to know that you are targeting. You were formed. Someone
hear him. Do I come down and you bring me up? Hear him. Do I come down and you bring me up again? Just a minute. I'm trying to get to the stage.
Tonight, we are discussing the progress and the way forward for our nation, Biafra, what Brady has achieved that has attracted the world amidst Nigeria ongoing genocide. I was led to, go to Google to type, first of all, to Google, to type
the fastest growing government in exile of the 21st century. And it happened to be breaking. I'm telling you, it was outlined line by line. Nothing was added, nothing was supported. In fact, I sacrificed my sleep yesterday night because of this overjoy. And today, I started seeing an upsurge earlier today, I started seeing an upsurge on our Twitter space. It's no longer 100, it's no longer 250. We started with 300. Today, we are almost doing close to 600, if not more than. So it is a taste of joy. Welcome back to those who have traveled.
I can't hear him.
November.
Are you hear him? Do I come down? And you bring me up again?
Yeah, Mark, if you didn't know, I will bring you down. Mark, you can go ahead. Go ahead, Mark. Okay. Those of you who have been away since November, December, January, February, March up until now, and you are just joining us, you're welcome back. And be of a good behavior. Be of a good behavior. Do not return as those who said they were told to fall back and they came to scatter everything because they could not succeed in their first attempt. So they decided to return the second time to finish the pot of soup. But we have locked it with very heavy padlock. They couldn't even get access to the pot of soup. I greet my Honorable Minister of Information, the Okokondem of Biafra and Parawa. God is only God that will bless you and continue to keep you. You're doing a marvelous job. So, on this, we're discussing general welfare of our nation and what you know you can add to make this more beautiful. Please bring it up. PM, we said, do not interrupt a working system. Any system that works, do not fight it. We do not have a complete compendium of constitutions or outline rule, but we keep adding and making the nation better. And this is the only reason the de facto government in Homeland colludes with the Defense Department and partitions our nation into 5 regions for easy governance and easy defense system. And it was a propaganda that we are now running the regional government. If actually every region is going to be independent on their own, which is true federalism, that is not a bad thing. It's not everyone is going to come out and vote for it. Are we running true federalism? Are we running the feudal system? Are we running the monarch system? It is going to be voted for. And with this partitioning of these 5 regions, I can assure you that the easiest way to administrate good governance to the people of Biafra has been already outlined. Because through these 5 independent regions, which we have fashioned out, and you can see it is being mixed up. It is not only Igbo, or Ijo, Urobo. No. Wherever your region, your state is found in EU, that's where you belong. Then you guys would combine to do things in broader way, because if actually when time comes we adopt this in our system, that we're going to have these 5 independent regions, it means the regional aspects of our governance will have something to offer. There are projects that is of a region, there are projects of a state, there's a project that's of a county, there's a project that's going to be of the districts. There is a state project, and there is also a federal project. You cannot wait for a federal government or the central government to give you electricity while your state, your region, and your county are there. You cannot wait for the federal to fund your primary or basic educational system. Why this federal is there? Or the federal to fund it, why the regional and the state are there? It is going to be like that to make governance available for the people.
And some idiots wake up to criticize that it is not in the charter, it is not this. It is a working system. We are still making progress. It applies to every other thing that we're talking about, like the GEMA and all those, how to make it better and easy functioning. I thank God they have failed and they will continue to fail. So we have made a lot of progress and we want us to also continue. They thought that our acting prime minister should drop our lobbies and our international lawyer and let us. No, it is not like that. There are so many. We are fight. My Oga will say we have multidimensional approach to restore this nation. And each time he goes, we have a multidimensional approach. The defense approach, the lobbying approach, so many. He is bringing in things that are not there before, and the system is already there now. So we are also bringing in things to make it softer. So on this note, I will say, do not fight a working system. If you are one of those who has fought this honorable government at the fastest, I can proudly say the fastest growing and effective government in exile of the 21st century. After us, it is that of Syria. Syria. There is no other one that matches our achievement. How many years? Only 2 years of oppression. Only 2 years. We're already in Washington. Exile government has been there for 30 years and they never crossed the gate of Washington. Only 2 years, the whole world is taking notice of us. You need to be proud of yourself. And they do more. Do more because we need to go home. Don't relent, don't say Mr. A is saying this, Mr. B is saying this. No. It is time we come out with one voice. Because I keep repeating, this is what they wanted us to do. In 2016, America wanted to wade into the affair of Amazonia. And there was a multiple registration of exiled government of Amazonia in Department of Justice in America. And that alone gave them that red line. America has to withdraw. This is what these people wanted to do. But thank God, Briggy is the only registered entity that fights for Biafra. Under the auspices of our Prime Minister and his acting, the man acting on his behalf, and all his government. There is no other. So please, do not fight the working system. Do not try to change it. When it is working and producing a very fantastic result, do not try to change it. And we do not hate anyone anyway. We love all of us. But politics of freedom is all about the national interest, not the personal interest. You must erase that personal ego. You must take insults. If you cannot take insult for your nation, it means you are not worthy to serve that nation. And this is exactly what Ogechukwu did. This is what Sonny Aparawa. This is what so many others have done. They took insults. Their personality were degraded. And yet they keep forging ahead because of this. It has qualified them to lead. And there is no man that can stop them, except if they derail, if they miss the track. But if they continue on this process that is working, my brother, we have not started. The sky is our starting point. And before we even get to the sky as our starting point, we have already finished the job. So please, be humble. Learn from what these two gentlemen did. They took the bullet, they took the insult, they called them criminals, they criminalized the activities, they were calling the FBI, CIA to investigate, they were calling local police and all those things. But yet, he will stand up and go to Washington and come back. Those who are accusing him, calling him criminals, cannot even cross the gate or to knock on the door of a senator or a PA to a congressman. and you will sit down and believe them and watch them that yes, Oge is a criminal. If Oge is a criminal, he goes to Washington. You that's not criminal, what stopped you from going to that place? If you have a clean hand, why are you not going there? If you have a clean hand, why you don't even go to your own local government or country in your respective nations where you reside? You find out these guys are destroyers. They have come that the 2027 election will hold. Under our watch, it will never. And before then, we'll see where we are. So, keep doing what you're doing. The number keep increasing. It is getting to 700. I appreciate fellow Biafrans. I am glad. Keep preaching, keep sharing, keep motivating people. We thank you all. We love you. And above all, we await the return of our enigmas, our colossus, those who Chukwu Karim has chosen to be at the top of the affair. And the promises of neighbor. Do not derail. Please be on the track. The trumpet will sound, and the righteous one will be raptured. Thank you. God bless you. Let me not take your time.
Okay. Wow, Minister Success. Hey, we have just heard the voice of our PM in you. Wow. And you see, immediately we saw your name, we got extra energy, extra motivation from the inside and to the outside. Honestly, each time you come to visit us here, we see our PM, we hear him, especially with this your profile picture and the smile on his face. We say, oh, our PM has joined this space. Thank you so much. In fact, you came at the right time. I'm going to jump the queue to, it's not compulsory if you like, but of course, you know, you will not go deep. We don't want to know how the operation is done. Yeah, for our topic today, we are looking at the achievement of bringing that makes the wall that gets the wall attracted to bringing. So in the case of defense now, because we have the de facto government and you all are there, yeah, we divided this conversation into two, the bringing side and then the de facto government side. And thank God you are here because you are the right person that will handle this. Nobody is asking you questions. We just want the international leaders or world leaders or listeners to hear how our de facto government, what exactly have they done that has made the world leaders to, you know, get attracted to our modus operandi in the de facto government and also in the defense. Yeah, so that is what I want you to share with Biafrans and our listeners to know, if you don't mind, if you still have the time.
All right, thank you, my tutor. Yes, of course, the entire body of the government of Biafra is called the facto government. That is number one, as captured in the charter. It is called the Biafran de facto government. And it is split into two. We have the government in exile, and we have the government in homeland. And the government in exile was tasked with the assignment of pushing for signing international treaties and seeking for recognitions of Biafra, while the de facto government homeland is tasked with total liberation of Biafra. And duties were shared. But the Prime Minister is the head of the government, who is in charge of the day-to-day running of the government, except being the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He heads both the homeland and exile, but he is not the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. There is a reason for that. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces is acting in the person of the CTS, Chief of Defense Staff, which happened to be General Igwe Butuso. So, because you cannot go with that, you cannot go with the title of Commander-in-Chief and you're in exile. The person that needs to be the commander-in-chief to command the armed forces on ground supposed to be on ground and part of the battle. So, you see, Simon Ekpa is not the commander-in-chief. I know many people have made a mistake to address him like that, but he is not going by that title, commander-in-chief, CEC. No. Secondly, he oversees the running of the government day to day for seeking recognitions and the rest of the thing. And what we have been able to achieve, the de facto government has been able to achieve, is that we have a territory. We let the world that we have a territory according to the Montevideo Convention that took place in 1933 of December 26th. So we have a territory by splitting the Biafra land into 40 states, including the central state, which is the capital territory of Biafra, Ebube. We have 40 states, and each of the states has 15 counties. Each of the counties has 5 districts, and the districts has their wards with all their representatives. This is for smooth and easy running of the government. And when we find out that calling meetings of over 40 or 80 people at once, it may cause distractions. We decided to split it more. I mean, to merge states. We merge 80 states to make one region. 80 states to make one region. It means decision making can be about 10 to 12 persons that makes up the central government. Then, which the head of the regions are addressed as chambers of deputy. The head of the regions have the title of chambers of deputy. So we have 5 regions, and if we have a nation now, if we have our sovereignty, each of these regions can vote for the position of the chambers of deputy, who will oversee anybody representing this 80 states in a particular region automatically goes with the title of chambers of deputy, where they form the nucleus of the presidential office. From the chambers of deputy, they can elect the president. That is our formula in the homeland. We elect the president within the chambers of deputies and their cabinet. Those that are entitled to vote. Not everybody, like a chamber of deputy can have about 2 or 3 PA. His PA or COS is not permitted to participate in the voting to produce the president of the nation. So those you voted in your respective state to represent you within that region automatically will now vote to produce the president of the country. So it means the president of Biafra cannot necessarily come from Igbo because Igbo is the largest tribe. No. It can come from anywhere without being biased. So that is number one futuristic aspect of the region we created. Then secondly, defense system. Instead of you to have multiple commanders coming to meeting to make decisions, there are people who make decisions for them. And they make decisions in their own various states and regions. But when they come to the national defense body, which they call the BDC, the Biafran Defense Council, then it is about the representatives that can do it. So there are a lot to be achieved, there are a lot to have achieved, and the liberation tax and every other thing is going under pipeline. The resource control and whatsoever is also under pipeline. So there are a lot of things that are under pipeline, which PM said before he was called for questioning. This is exactly where I have to stop. But in terms of achievement, both the exile government and the facto government has achieved a lot, qualifying it to be the fastest growing exile government in the 21st century. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Minister. My co-host, what do you have to add?
Biafrans, you have listened to the chairman of the Biafran Defense Council, Mazi Success have, in fact, it was very, very incisive, very, very educative, and we are going to analyze what he just said. One key point, one important revelation that he made that will gladden the heart of every Biafran, anywhere that you are, as a Biafran, you know, Biafra is not about Igbo. It's not about Igbo speaking Biafra. Everybody is a Biafran. But Igbo had the highest number population when it comes to Biafran region, right? The Igbo speaking. But there is something that Mazi Success said here that you have to take home. If you are from Anang, if you are from Ibibio, if you are from Ishekiri, if you are from Ijo, he says that it is not necessarily Igbo as the largest population, that have the largest population. It is not necessary the president will come from Igbo. Because of our population, it cannot be visible. Because the way they have structured the regions, it is the representatives from the regions that vote for the presidents. Very, very important. So this is where I'm going to end it now, because we have a lot. You see, while he was speaking, I was jotting down some certain points. And those points we are going to elaborate. We are going to expatiate on it, maybe by tomorrow or thereafter. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. But let me tell you some of the things that I jotted down while the BDC chief was speaking. He said that BRGIE is the fastest growing government in exile. The fastest. And he said any system that works, you don't need to change it. That is the stand of the prime minister. That is the stand of our leader. And that is the stand of everybody. Ogechukwu Nkere is a system that is working. So do you need to change it? Sani Akparawa is a system that is working. Do you need to change it? BRGIE is a government that is working. The BRGIE media team is a system that is working. You don't need to change it. Okay? Then he said that every region will be independent of itself. Every region is independent of itself and will be voted for. We vote for. What it means is that each region, you don't expect, you just like in that zoo, they expect the federal government to do everything for them. No, your region will have to act. If you need electricity, if you need this, your region is the same capability that they have, the federal have, the region have it to be able to give infrastructure to their people. We are going to expatiate on that. And he said the lobbies, the attorneys cannot be dropped for whatever reason. Because our prime minister made us to understand that we are fighting multidimensionally. Okay? Then he also made us to understand that after Brigi, the next fastest growing government in exile with achievement is Syria. And there is another important thing that, really need to strike a chord for everybody. He said in 2016 that the American government wanted to look into Ambazonia issue. The issue of, what is happening in Ambazonia with Cameroon, just like what is happening in Nigeria with Biafra, that the American government wanted to look into it. But when they got to Ambazonia, they saw multiple governments in exiles, just like Ngozi tried to create her own government corporation, just like Imam Madabo and co are creating divisions here and there. In other words, all these divisions are detrimental to the success of your recognition. That is what he's trying to say. Then, one important thing that he made us to know is that you that is fighting for your freedom, you must be able to assimilate, to take insult from people who castigate you. In other words, if you don't take insult, it means what you are doing is not actually using result. And he made references to our acting prime minister, our minister of information, and every other person that have been insulted as a result of this freedom, including our lobbyists, our attorneys, and the BRGIE as well. Very, very important. Then, lastly, one important thing that he made us to understand, he said, the prime minister is the head of the government, but he is not the chief, the commander of the armed forces. He is not. Igwe Butuzo is. We already know that. But a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't understand. So that is where we are going to draw the curtain. And I put the link. Please, I need you to come and make your own submission. Very, very important. From what you have heard from the Biafran Defense Council Chief, Mazi Success, he made greatly. He explained a lot for people to understand. For those of you who don't know the functions of the Biafran Defense Forces, the BDF, the BDC, what the government in the homeland is doing, Mazi Success have briefed each and every one of us 2 days ago. This was only 2 days ago. So you have an opportunity of going back and listening to the submission that he made in regarding to what the Biafran de facto government in the homeland is doing, as he is the chief spokesperson. When he comes, he's the Biafran Defense Council chief, so he has a lot of information to his disposal, and that is what he has shared with us this morning. So the lines is open. You can make your contribution as well. Very, very important. Yeah, having said that, somebody was asking who said that we can always, if you want to, this is the platform, the website for donation to the Biafran Republic government in exile is here. Is here. In case if you are not seeing it, it's already streaming on the screen there. So whether you want to donate to the website, the PayPal, or the Zelle. So somebody asked that question. Chid, he said, David, update on where Biafran will be contributing their liberation tax always. It's always here, please. So you can see it. It's screaming on the screen. Go and make your donation through Zelle or through PayPal, and as well on the website. Very, very important. So the lines are open. The line is open. You can join the screen, the studio, and make your contribution. Very, very important. So while I play the voice of Ohamadika once again. So that was a very educative a briefing. And let me show you the headquarters of the Biafran government in exile in Maryland. This is the headquarters. Click the link and join us and make your contribution. Click the link, join us, make your contribution, or you can call on WhatsApp only.
Thank you so much. We are all doing your submission. Tati, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Am I coming out?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just take a minute or two to thank our Mazi's success. Mazi's success, we thank you very much for all you're doing for us back home. And you are really, a very good signing the de facto government in Poland and the Biafra Republic government in Nigeria, because some of our people have been confusing these two governments. Although the real government is important, which we all know they're in charge of the Biafran Defense Forces, while the Biafra Republic government in Nigeria is only pursuing the diplomatic ties with the international community. And then we want to thank you for standing for the national part of the issues, and also for the chance that we make sure that we are always focused on the project. And we also, I also want to take this opportunity to thank every department community in Poland, the governors, everyone of them, basically what they do, making sure that they always keep the house together. People, all this confusion is mostly from diaspora, but the department government in Poland has always been intact. So I don't have much to say than to say thanks to everyone who came back home there, because you guys are the people in front of the barrier of guns and diaspora who are using our voice to preach the gospel. So thank you very much for all that you do. Success. Thank you. To those thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Success. Yeah, we are not going to ask you any question because today is not the day of question. We just wanted you to share the accomplishments on the surface. Yes, only the surface one that we need to know how the de facto government in homeland have really done marvelously well, to the extent that the world has been attracted to our own operations, how we manage our system, how we control information, and above all, how we save the lives of Biafrans from the terrorist government. Because that is what they are doing in the homeland. The genocide is still going, but we are so proud that we have defense that are there to protect our people. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your work that you have done and everything that you've done behind the scene. Thank you so much. God bless you.
So God bless you. Continue to keep you and all of you. Continue the good work. The end will always justify the means. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Professor David, we go.
So thank you, Biafrans. Since nobody wants to join on the studio, I want to appreciate everybody who made it to this very program this morning. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for part of this program. And I want to use this opportunity to let Biafrans understand that the government of Biafra is doing everything within its power to make sure that we are recognized in the international arena, in the international stage. And the de facto government in the homeland is as well doing its best for the liberation of our land. What from you, what the government demands from each and every one of us is our support. Okay, Rage and Fury is joining us all the way from the land of the ancestors. Rage, good morning from here. You're welcome to the questionnaire.
Good morning, my dear brother, Mazin David. Today we want Chineke. Can you hear me?
Thank you for joining. Yes, I can hear
Yes,
you
sir.
loud and clear, and the world is listening.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you for the great work you are doing for the Biafran people. We are very grateful to each and every one of you that are working tirelessly day and night, starting that Betty Ford, our brother Okute TV, Neoma Atuloma. We have many of you, Biafra Watchman TV. There's this other new one that I just found out now, Nelly's, yes. All these are YouTubers that are speaking for the Biafran people genuinely. Joanne News and Biafra Oreko. It's been a while we saw Biafra Oreko, or did they fall apart with the coup plotters of Madame Raphael Ajaire? Biafra Reco was a dedicated one. I just hope he has not fallen out. So greetings to all of you and to all the spacers, the space hosters, starting from our big auntie, Madam Uki. Biafrans, love you so much, yo, Mama. We love you so much. To Auntie Tutors, the tutorial, the real institution herself, that no one can pass through and you cannot say that you did not learn anything. These people are wonderful. They are such a blessing to Biafrans at this perilous and critical time. We really salute them. And to the very honorable Minister of Information, the Okoko Dem one, the Philip Effiong one of our time. It's an honor to have him, and it's such a blessing to all Biafrans. Honorable Sonny Akparawa, the great, the wise one. Our greetings go to him and to everyone that is making sure that this good news of Biafra go far and wide. I'm talking
Rich, can you hear me?
Sir, I can hear you.
Yes. We have another person who has joined us. Just what can you say about what you just heard about the Biafran Defense Council chief, the information he relayed to Biafrans? What do you have to say so that this our brother can make his submission? Thank you.
Okay, though I did not listen to what you played from beginning because I just joined, but I think I was on the space where he was addressing Biafrans. That we need to be steadfast, and those distractors, we must not give attention to them. And in confirmation to what he even said, Major General Gentry Yahoo also put out a broadcast today to the Biafran people, and he addressed the Biafran people. And there are 3 points I took away from what he said. Number one, he said whenever the Biafran Defense Forces, the Biafra Liberation Army, or the army that are defending our land, cry out to the Biafran people that Oge Chukwu Ukere becomes restless, and he runs around to see that he answer to them. That is the first point I took away from him. And the second point I took away was Ugozi Orabweze and her group of saboteurs, to the extension of the recent coup plotters. Remember the first point that I mentioned, he said Oge Ukere run around to answer to them. He did not say Imam Amugu or Professor the Basilic, Professor Choma, or what is it called, Madam Raphael Ajaire run around to answer to them. He said Oge Chukwu Ukere. You understand?
Or
He said
Adango,
Oge Chukwu
or
Ukere.
Madam Nigeria. He did not mention all those steps.
Yeah, he did not say night, but he said Oge Ukere, the acting prime minister, run around to answer to them whenever the BDF cry out to Biafrans. That is point one. Point two, he said Ugozio Rabweze has nothing to do with any of the major general from the 40 states of Biafra. Neither does she have anything to do with the entire Biafra Defense Forces. Rather, Ugozio Rabweze is trying to buy off some junior officers to get information from their camp and take to her to send to Nigeria so that they can launch attack against them. He made an example of when he came to swear when Ugo Dele 247 accused him, and he swear after that swearing, Ugozio Rabweze and her groups of saboteurs who she called cabinet had a meeting with Nigeria government, and a major war was declared against him for him to be taken out. But by the grace of Chukwokike Abiyama, Oreno Vieve, our God that is alive, today he is still alive. That is point number two that I take out. Point number three, he said, as of today, you want to say something? I will round up.
Go ahead. I say yes, you are right.
Yes, I will drop the mic now. So the point three that I took home is that as of today, what the Biafra Defense Forces have, what the Biafra Liberation Army have, is very great. He did not say is very great, but he said it with a smile on his face that lasts for about 5 seconds to 6 seconds. You understand? This is an indication that all Biafrans that are under the Biafra Republic government in exile, whose prime minister is Simon Ekpa, whose acting prime minister is Ogechukwu Ukere, you have not disappointed your army, and your army is very proud of you. And he also sent the message that those of you that are still deceived, come together. The few points I really want to talk about that is still confused at this very moment. He's not really fighting for the freedom of Biafra, probably just fighting for the agenda of Nigeria. But I still want to beg our people, let us come together and fight as a unit.
Are you there, Rage? We can't hear you. Rage and Fury. You're having network challenges. Rage and Fury. Anya, Rash, Anya, you can join back. I saw that you joined on two occasions, and I removed one of it. So if you are close to your device now, you can join back and make your own contribution. Rage, we can't hear you. Rage, I can't hear you anymore. And thank you for being part of this program. Yes, you have just said it all. The Biafran Defense Council Chief Mazi Success met witches, and Biafran people really understand that. Welcome to the questionnaire, Rash, Anya, and Anya and I. Welcome. Please.
Yes, sir.
There. Onye Kamuniane, who did I greet?
Now pregnancy now, they know they hide them. When
Oh my goodness me. This is Biafra and beyond.
Yes, sir.
Good morning,
my brother.
Good morning. Welcome
Good morning, my brother. Thank you, Mr. Questionnaire. Talking about, I mean, you're welcome, man. I thank you too for your duty. You know, and my people, it is very, very important to understand that as our Prime Minister, because I realized that Minister Success was just quoting our Prime Minister, don't stop a system that works. And if I may borrow from, I don't know, if it is not broken, why fix it?
Why fix it? Exactly.
Yes. That is how, although I don't know who called it, you know. So right now, my people, if you know, it's very, very important to know every Biafran should revisit 1989 Abuja Declaration to see that that is what is playing out. And like those who want to start creating a new military or something like that, or quote, yeah, a new military. Did you make agreement with Fulani jihadists? Make they press their brake, waiting for you until you get your own ready. Then they go blow whistle, ping with the whistle of Ngozi. They go blow whistle, make una start the fight. So, so because what I'm just trying to say is common sense. When you say you want to go start recruiting, now be say tell the Fulani make they come run over you now. That be the thing. And they are looking for such opportunity, you know, and that means you're not also being grateful enough for the run that our BDF been giving them. You know, we've been chasing them all this while. This is their biggest obstacle in reaching their goal of conquest. They say that our land belongs to them by the rights of conquest. So it is in the open, and our people should know it. Jihad is not a joke. It's not it's not mystery as well, because it's history. You have to check the antecedents of Islamic history. We can see how they change place. Will be say, for example, our people a lot of us are Christians. And if you look, you see that the first place they called people Christian is Christianos, they call them, which means little Christ in Syria. And now any person who is in Syria as a Christian, he has to hide. You have to just really hide to practice that your faith, or you pay jizya. Even the jizya, even with the jizya, you're not even safe. Jizya is those tax they are collecting in the north, you know, by the bandits. You know, so these people, they mean business, they don't joke. If you check where they have been, how they conquered the whole place, any place that is the Islamic Republic, it was conquered on that sword. So, and this is what is coming to us. So they will not stop when you're there trying to say, okay, you want to create a new army, you are trying to recruit people. That is simply meaning, hey, come and overrun our people. But we thank God, say we have our BDF, and I'm grateful for the enlightenment that is coming from them. They come and hint us from time to time, tell us what is happening, and like you have to also pay attention to them, follow them. Because check what happened in Irondizor. They came and warned you. Like PM often came when they get the intel where they want to go, what they want to do. They come up and tell our people. And our people, so if you would follow up without isolating yourself from that news that might save your life, you will know when they say you temporarily move so that they will not touch you. This is why they do this, but many people ignore them and so will insult them and end up being victimized by the same people that we are trying to tell you to get away from. You know, and with all these atrocities happening, if you imagine those that take money to buy titles, call themselves Ozoibundu and all those kind of names, they never speak when people are massacring you. They don't speak. But Biafra Republic Government in Exile speaks. Our PM speaks. Our leader, Mazinam Dekano, speaks. This is why he is where he is. Likewise, our Prime Minister. This is why also Brig is getting a fight, because Brig is your voice, even up to the US. Washington, D.C., Brig became the voice of you who are being massacred on a daily basis. And just to stop all those things, so my people, everybody should get on their toes and contribute what you can, because when they go to your markets and burn them down, both in Biafra land or outside of Biafra land, they don't care, but they just know you, identify you, they will do what they want to do. So it is wiser for everybody to put hands together, contribute, like our leader was telling people in US in 2015. If everybody will bring $1, it will go far. $1. So it's better than when one person gets kidnapped, then you start going and raising funds for millions to be given. And if they don't, it because sometimes they collect the ransom and still kill the person. So if they happen to release the person and the person doesn't have a certificate that he paid yesterday, this is analogy our PM always gave us. Because you cannot come tomorrow, you say, if you come to a checking point, you see terrorists, they kidnap you again, you give them, you are Asambodo, you are the certificate. So, you know, I paid ransom yesterday that it covers you. It doesn't exist. So it is wiser for everybody to come and bring small things, what you can donate, what you can afford, that it will be easy for the government, the de facto government in homeland, to do the right thing. That is what I am saying. And I don't want to keep my brother along here, but Mr. Questionnaire, I always had a question for you. I always had a question. Because whenever I hear your name or see you, I remember when you asked because you are a question. And the question he asked was even that a by the way question. Your main question was not yet there, because I know when you come to questionnaire, you ask our prime minister, he gives you extra time because you bring tough questions and disturbing questions, and he loves it. He doesn't like it when people come and praise him. He doesn't. He just wants a challenging question. And you are one person that often comes with, you line them up, and he tells everybody to leave you to continue. See how this man entertain challenge. You know, so on that very day, you prepared as normal. So apart from your as usual, you prepared your answer, you are troubling questions. Then as a by the way question, he said, by the way, this thing happened. How is that possible? And the woman brought out herself. Okay, we know that one already. Leave that by the part. What are the 5 questions you prepared for her? Because I was curious that very day.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Biafra and Beyond, for reminding me about that episode. Very, very important. It is quite unfortunate. That day, I really was very much prepared. I wrote the questions down I wanted to ask her. And unfortunately, I was not given that opportunity to ask my questions. And what aroused my curiosity was that it was Brian Williams that asked the question, and she was telling us that, oh, she liaised with somebody in the homeland. And I said, wow. And I remember that the Prime Minister have already made a broadcast to that effect and said, if I hear or if I see that any of you are speaking from anybody from the homeland, that you are part of the government. In other words, he was practically referring to the people in the cabinet. So when Ngozi made that submission, I have to capitalize on that to actually know what she's up to. And unfortunately, everybody now know that Ngozi was working for the terrorist Nigerian state. Very, very unfortunate. But one of the questions that I had for her is that I wanted her to explain to Biafrans what actually that she is there to do when a lot of Biafrans are trying to know actually what was happening, what happened in Finland. And each time that our Prime Minister came on space, if the government that is supporting our Prime Minister, you will see the information minister, you will see the the deputy information minister, and other members of the cabinet. So I wanted to ask Ngozi, why was it not necessary that other members of the cabinet were part of her spacing or were part of her briefing for the government and the Biafran people? I wanted to know, because that was the time that this disagreement or that the division have already started brewing. And in that space that she had, the information minister was not there. Rafa Jere was not there. And some members of the cabinet were not there. So I was like trying to ask her, one of the questions that I wanted to ask her was that, but unfortunately I didn't have that opportunity. Yes. And the other questions that I have already written to ask her, but unfortunately no time for me to ask that. So yes, that was one of it, sir. So yes, go ahead.
Because that very day, me, I was even more curious about the questions that you mentioned, but the kind of shout down you got, I saw something that reminded me of that, but I don't know exactly now where it happened. Where somebody wanted to speak and everybody was like, no, whoa. And then as soon as I saw it, I said somebody have to bring this thing and put them together. When somebody sees that, you see the other one, you realize that you see the kind of people who are shouting down somebody who wants to ask important question. I forgot what was that now. But for me, I was much curious about those 5 questions, which it should have been the normal people had to say, okay, what are those troubling questions you want to ask? That was where I was going to, because this one of it was obvious, the one of talking to the zoo representatives, and all those things. It was obvious that it is off from our principle and what we do, and what Prime Minister said as well. Prime Minister who is disconnected from all his friends they had who were politicians. Said that any communication he blocked them, and any communication he's going to be doing will be from when he addressed Nigeria generally, because they were not willing to do the right thing or to think, and he doesn't want to pollute himself or contaminate himself. He just disassociated himself and made it very open. And now challenge anybody to say, if anybody show where he's communicating with anybody, he can do anything, So, my people.
Yes. Thank you so much. Before you go, let me just ask you one question. Biafra and beyond, you are a Rastafari. You have always demonstrated that gift from Chukwokika Biama. What do you think Biafrans will expect from you as a musician when Biafra is fully restored? Because that day in the convention, you kept the stage very, very busy with wonderful displays and some wonderful songs. So what do Biafrans expect from you when Biafra is fully free as a nation, sir?
It's not going to be a different thing from what you said I was doing on stage in Finland. But the difference might be then that things are it will be a different name. It will always be informative, because I could remember when they did certain things, I would just analyze the situation in a song, and the same thing, new songs will be coming up, and it will be realistic analysis of our current situation, and because if people get information, I was talking to our sister Betty yesterday. I was even quoting when MNK was quoting Bob Marley's song, where that says, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind." I said that is a quote a quote from Marcus Garvey. And Marcus Garvey was the one who designed our flag. The only difference is that we put the rising sun to it. So if we say Pan-African flag, if you Google Pan-African flag, you see it's Biafra flag, only without the sun. And Marcus Garvey said that time is coming that this flag will be raised in the deepest place of Africa. So he can tell you when our struggle started, the flag was designed, if I'm not mistaken, 1914 or 1920. It's not later than that. So you can imagine when our struggle began. The union, which is a Universal Negro Improvement Association. So you see how the song, you just like when I listen to Rage and Furious, where they will use Soko, sing with beautiful song and talk to the people. Sometimes when somebody doesn't want to deal with the truth, because of the melody might be forcing yourself to be singing it automatically, even though it's against you. And now, because the liars always want to, if you curse them, then go just end up they gravitate to the curse. But if you use melody to talk them, they not go see excuse. Imagine our leader Nnamdi Kanu was telling people, these people are coming to buy you. They are coming to buy you with AK. Then go rape you. Then go do everything. And these people, they worship the buyers. So and then he begin to call them. So they're stupid. So now they leave the person who carry AK-47, they point at them. They say, I don't like the way you talk to us. They gravitate to that, but they know the truth is telling them. So they forget somebody who want to come and buy them to go for somebody who just say you are stupid by hugging the person who want to buy you, who doesn't love you. You know, so when we come with music like this, it comes melody, it comes blamelessly. Somebody not go say, I don't like the way you talk to me, because now sweet melody. You don't even shout because you just put melody. So all the facts that will be there, which will be complementing the past events and also the current events. This is what I'll be doing musically, and I hopefully will be doing some demonstration. For example, when I mentioned Marcus Garvey, I will be showing all those things as well, so that we know that our struggle started from far and we have far place to go. We will go far. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Biafra and Beyond, for that wonderful, wonderful submission. Biafrans, you have listened to one of the men who made, one of the musicians who made 2024 restoration of Biafran, the declaration, very, very memorable. Biafra and Beyond on our studio this morning. Biafra and Beyond, thank you so much for being part of this program. Rage, you are here again.
Thanks for having me.
What do you have to say? Because something made you to come up, Rage. What do you have to say again? Go
That,
ahead.
that is the Biafran Rasta man. He's well loved.
Yes,
He's well loved.
Ray.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much, sir, for all that you are doing with your music. For
Thank you
us, the
too.
Biafran. Thank you, sir. As a matter of fact, when you see a good singer, you know it's not about the content, and the content of the music will show you or tell you who is a good singer is. You understand? So you know, a lot of people say Fela was a very good singer and stuff like that. But as of today, I can tell you that there are better singers, or there is a better singer in Africa than Fela, who happens to be M. Josh. M. Josh. He sings about the reality on ground, and it's not only using his music, it's not just talking about the reality, but he's using his music to fight for the freedom of. The difference between Fela and
I'm Josh.
M. Josh, yes, is that Fela was using his music to retain this slave identity that is given to us by the foreigner, you understand, which is Nigeria. Was using his music to sing for a better Nigeria. He was singing to retain a better Nigeria. But Nigeria is not our identity. It is a slave camp. It is a slave identity that is given to us. But this very M. Josh, the reason why he is the best musician that has come from Africa today, as far as I'm concerned, is that he sings about the reality on ground, and he also uses his music to fight for the freedom of his people. He has done so many songs regarding Mazin Kano, Prime Minister, regarding the Biafra struggle and all of that. You understand? That is who it is. Music is not just about singing to shake your bum bum and stuff like that. Like the Rasta man put it yesterday in one of the platforms. You know, sometimes when you tell people the truth, because of the tone of your voice, they might be angry,
Rage,
right? But
Rage,
yeah,
Rage.
I
You
can hear
know,
you.
our sister will be
Yeah.
expecting us to please just round up so that we can join our sister in her own listing, please. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me just quickly round up.
Yes,
Okay,
because I
fine.
know she would like to see us join her as well. But make your submission. You're on
Definitely.
point. Thank you.
Yeah. So actually, what I wanted, okay, he was saying that I actually forgot what I wanted to say. But let me just end it here. Thank you very
No,
much. I
it's
yield the
not
mic here.
Rage. I know what you're saying. Talking about when people they will gravitate to the tone that you used when you say something and forget the
Oh,
truth you are saying.
yes, thank you very much. Fine. So when you say it with just like that, they might be angry with the tone that you use. But when you encode it in songs, you understand, as they are enjoying the lyrics, they will also get the message in a very lighter mode. You understand? So music is one of the weapons that. This is why you see great musicians like Bob Marley, Lucky Dube. they really touch the world with the lyrics of their songs. So that is the category the Rastaman falls into. That is the category that MJ
Rage
falls
and
into. They are
Fury
even
there.
using their
Rage and Fury get the category, no joke.
Please,
Thank you
two
so
of you,
much.
Rastaman, Rage,
Yes, sir.
Rage, you cannot come to my studio without giving the audience something to, to remember, something memorable. So, who is going to go first? Rage or Rasta? Which one? Any
Now
of
Rage
you,
down
choose
stage.
who
Now
goes
Rage
first.
down stage. Rage down stage.
Okay.
Oh, all right,
Rage,
thank you. So
go
let me just
ahead.
do this cover up of Freedom comes to those who go out and make it happen. It won't come to those who wait. My Biafran people, freedom comes to those who go out and make it happen. It won't come to those who wait. Stop sitting on the fence. You just have to take it. Your freedom is in your hands. You just have to take it. Biafra is in our hands. Freedom comes to those who go out and make it happen. It won't come to those who wait. Thank you very much. Let the Rastaman take it off from here. I am ready to feel aka Udewu Wachineke.
Okay,
Thank you
I
so
will
much,
take it up from here, Mr. Rage, because one good thing about music, when it hits you feel no pain. Yeah, one good news about music, when it hits you feel no pain. I so hit me with music, hit me with music now. Hit me with music, brutalize me with music. This is Biafra rock. Don't watch back. Biafra rock, Briggy is calling. Biafra rock, BDF calling. Biafra rock now. When Briggy is calling, a man will be there. When Briggy is calling, David and Nana Questonia will be there. When Briggy is calling, Regent Fury surely gonna be there. De facto government calling, Biafrans, everybody should be there. Biafra rock, don't watch back. Biafra rock, this is another bag. Biafra rock, we just don't drag it. Biafra rock, yes, yes. One good thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain. Yes, yes, when good music about music, when it hits you, feel no pain. So music without the truth in it is like lifeless. But when the truth is in it, it is like life. Oh, the charter tight. The charter is the law of life to protect your life. So the law is life and life is the law. Just make sure you're holding it tight. And when you sing and put the truth in it, that is life-giving. Yes, because one good thing about music, when it hits, you feel no pain. And you remember, everybody, home and abroad, you have to remember that everything about you deserves respect. And you are a Biafran. And as a Biafran, the world have seen how you fight for your freedom. They say that you deserve them. You have integrity and dignity. Don't worship vanity. Love for humanity you should have. Some say, what about money? I tell them, Ejima, Nejeje na bata bata, Ejima. Ejema, Ejema is older than Naira. Ejema Ejema point and kill Naira. Ejema again. Ejema. Igane eje na bata bata. Ejema. Ejema egigwe bu egigwe. Ejema. Ejema is older than Naira. Ejema. Ejema point and kill
Oh, let me
Naira.
support
Ejema.
Pastor Man, let me Pastor Man, let me support you. That is why we tell you the truth through our music. That is why we are telling you the truth through our music. Freedom comes to those who go out and make it happen. It won't come to those who wait. Come in with your AJ. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow.
Blessed,
Thank you
blessed,
so
blessed
much,
Lord.
Pastor Man. Thank you so much, Reg and Fury. That was very, very exciting, very, 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 very melodious. On the spur of the moment, Rastaman and Rage and Fury have composed the song. You can imagine when you people have your studios in Biafra, it's going to be wonderful for the Biafran people. We don't need to look for musicians abroad in order to listen to good music. You guys are loaded. Chukwokika Abiyama is blessed with people like you. We are really blessed. Biafran people is blessed with people like you who Chukwokika Abiyama have given this inspiration, even on the spur of the moment, without having to write it down in your head. It's just like a computer, and you are saying it out on a live broadcast. Wow, I'm so elated to be part of this program and of this generation that have the likes of Rage and Rasta in Biafra Restoration Project. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Your final words.
Thank you for having us.
God bless.
Your
Thank you
final
for having me,
submission
brother.
to the Biafra people.
Yeah, thank you, questionnaire. It's always a pleasure. You know, is how they say the division of labor. We in Rapa language we don't say appreciate because it's like it has hate within it. We say appreciate love. So I will say in my heart of heart language, I'll say appreciate love your contribution from way back when,
Okay.
even when you bring the challenging questions that we answer, that Prime Minister would answer to Biafrans, because you go to the heart of Biafrans and you bring the thing that might be troubling them, you will bring it out and question him and trouble him, and he happily would be giving you the answer so that Biafrans know where they stand. So we are so proud to have you in this our time, building on the foundation of those that built before us and walking in their footsteps, because who can win. So I thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Rage. And I give thanks for your wonderful voice. Rage is kicked out. Oh no. All right. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. And have a wonderful day.
Same
Thank you
to
for being
you,
part of this
Biafra.
program this
Blessed.
morning. There we go.
There were.
Yeah, Biafrans, thank you so much. Biafran, that was our own brother, Rasta Man, being part of this our wonderful program this morning. And Rage and Fury also making their wonderful contributions. I thank them for being part of this program. And I thank you, wonderful Biafran, that we are part of this program as well. It was very, very insightful and very, very interesting. And may Chukwu Okike Abiyama be with each and every one of you. Once again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please try and do so. Like and share so that people can as well get this educative broadcast. Very, very important. I salute our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I salute our Prime Minister, appreciate him for what he's doing, Mazi Simon Ekwanjoko. I also appreciate what the acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere is doing, and I salute the Biafran Defense Forces for their consistency, courage, and protection of our land. I salute you that is donating and supporting our government in our restoration and the de facto government in the liberation of our land. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Bye from here.